wait a few minutes while people sign on. All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another live artist talk session with your host, Gianelli. We're here today with Regina Jestrow. We're going to explore her installment called Extended Connections. It's part of our Spring Contemporary Project program, and I'm very excited to hear from Regina. So I'm going to switch it over to her. Regina, hi.
Hello.
How are you? We're so happy to have you here today. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I've been in Miami for about 20 years now. I've been an artist, I guess professionally, for about 10 or 15 years. I started sewing as a child and crochet and knitting. I learned from my mother. I went to high school and college for photography in New York, and then I just dropped it because I was more into the film and the process and the darkroom, and then it all went digital, and I was really not into the digital at all. So I came back to my roots pretty much, quilting and sewing, and then from there I started painting quilt inspired pieces, and then started doing installation works with fibers and metals, and then I experimented with concrete and cement. So that's where we're at today.
Oh, that is so awesome. Well, we're very excited to explore Extended Connections. Can you tell us about your work, what it represents?
Extended Connections comes from a little bit from the quarantine that was going on and the 6-foot policy for keeping everybody safe. So each of the pads are 6 feet apart. So multiple people could come and experience the piece and enjoy the piece and still stay safe and enjoy the during a stay within their 6 feet rules and everything.
That's really cool. Now, we were talking a little bit earlier about this. Now, we were obviously planning the Spring Contemporary program months way before COVID-19 began. So can you tell us what your plans were initially and how it changed because of quarantine?
Yeah, the original piece was supposed to involve the native gumbo limbo trees. There are these beautiful trees closer to the Richmond cottage with really great architecture. And I was going to make these triangular forms that would climb up the branches and climb up through the leaves and trees. And on the ground were these pavers, and it would just kind of cover the ground, connecting all the trees together. I felt like I had to be kind of a responsible person and react to the quarantine and react to the coronavirus because it was affecting my life. It was affecting everybody's life. So I changed my mind, and I wanted to use this big open field and big open space to install my work in like a safer area.
Awesome. Well, why don't we take a closer look? And why don't you walk us through? If anyone has any questions during this time, please feel free to ask. You could ask Regina any questions. You could ask me any questions. I'm going to be asking some questions because I'm a curious person by nature. So, Regina, is there a significance to the colors that you chose?
The colors have to do with the Miami landscape, pretty much. The sunrises, the sunsets. On a beautiful sunny day, I needed to pick something that would compete really well with the green lawn. The lawn here is really bright and vibrant and really fantastic. So I felt like I needed to use some bright, vibrant colors to match the lawn here. So piece has 60 feet sides, and then there's about 55 pads, and we fabricated about 400 individual tiles.
Wow.
And then we primed them, and then we painted them, and it took like 5 or 6 weekends in a row to get everything together.
Oh, good. Someone had just asked, how long did it take you to create these pieces?
Yeah. So we created 4 forms to make the triangles, and that took 1 weekend. And then it took then I had them fabricated because cement is really hard to deal with, and I'm not a construction worker or a builder or anything. So I had the tiles themselves fabricated for me, and that took about 2 weeks for 400 pieces from those 4 forms. And then we painted the 4 colors. It took 2 or 3 weekends to paint them all, prime and paint them all. And then we did install lickety split in like 2 days.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, what about the shapes? So I see that each individual, they're all a triangle shape, and it looks like as a whole it's a triangle. Is there a significance to the triangle?
The triangle is a strong form in historical art. It's it's connected to femininity and feminism. It's also really great in architecture. Like, everything is a triangle. You could build anything from a triangle, and it's an amazing it's an amazing thing. When I was measuring the gumbo limbo trees originally, it was kind of fantastic when I was playing around with them. The triangle is just really a fantastic shape.
What I love is that it doesn't seem like any one is the same.
They're all different. They're all different. I had install took 2 days because I had like 6 or 7 people helping. So it was really fantastic.
That is wonderful. And you say everything was measured out to be 6 feet apart. So if anyone wanted to come and stand on here, everyone, this would be an awesome photo op. I'm just saying. I mean, the colors are really wonderful. They do stick out. And this is just a lovely, positive way to look at, instead of social distancing, extended connections. Now we have another question. How did you decide the layout?
How did I decide the layout? I had this big open space, and I knew I wanted triangles, and I knew I had already some of the triangles, and I knew the 6-foot rule. So it was either going to be a hexagon or with the same dots, or a triangle with the same dots, and it just kind of made sense to do the 6-foot rule with a 60-foot triangle with 55 pads. It just kind of the math made more sense to me for some reason.
Now, I know we talked about this, that you have worked with Deering Estate in the past. What brings you back to the Deering Estate? Like, what do you, I guess, feel here when you come? Yeah,
Melissa Diaz originally invited me to show work here again this spring, and I was super excited. It was just like this opportunity to take this really beautiful landscape and show some contemporary work in it. There's not a lot of places in Miami that bring together the historical elements and the contemporary art elements and nature all together at once, and it's nice to see that they're showing Miami artists that are alive today and around today.
So we do have someone, we did mention about the colors, but they wanted to know why the colors and not others. So if you don't mind explaining that again.
Yeah, so when it came time to like narrow down on the colors, I have a color wheel at home that I made myself, and I kind of keep that as my limited palette. So I took some of those colors, and that color palette, it pretty much comes from the Miami landscape and the colors of Miami. And so I took those colors and I took them to Home Depot. It was my first outing since the quarantine, and I chose them all like fairly quickly because I had the samples already. So I knew how they would work against each other. And then I kept in my mind the bright, vibrant lawn here. The bright green lawn is really fantastic, and I knew I had to compete with that.
Most definitely. Well, what if you were able to come back? Do you have any? When you come back here, do you have any like ideas for future projects here that you'd be interested in doing?
Yeah, I'd love to. If I do get invited again, I would love to kind of think about those gumbo limbo trees again. They're really beautiful native trees with beautiful red bark. I think that's part of the reason I chose this orangey red color tile, because it was kind of helped. It kind of connected it to the gumbo limbo trees originally. So I knew there had to be like a beautiful kind of red color in the orange color.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'd love to do something in the future.
And what are your plans for all this once I don't know if that's a question that artists dread being asked, because I don't know, I'm just thinking I would love this in my house.
Yeah. So the people that helped me, because they helped a lot in a lot of lifting, and they're each going to get a single pad, because they're wonderful people and they all were
that's
interested. And they
nice.
seemed really excited when I offered it to them.
Oh, that's really sweet.
And then the rest of the 400 tiles are going to go, I guess, partially in my front yard, and hopefully maybe I get to exhibit it again if
that would be
if
nice.
Other places will have it. It'd be really great to show it in different landscapes.
So I asked this to all the artists, but what's your favorite spot here on the Deering estate, if you had to choose?
On the first day of install, me and two other people here, Jackie Goby and Sophia, who interns here, we sat by the water on one of the benches over there, and it was just like a beautiful breeze and smell and sound. It was just like a really beautiful place, just a bench by the water over there.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, you can't ever go wrong with a boat basin bay. I mean, there's something about the water and just the way it's set up and the breeze coming in that's absolutely wonderful. Someone asked, can one go and visit and take pictures? Of course you can. We are open. This is an interactive exhibit. That means that people can stand on it. We do ask that you don't lift any of them, please. But you're welcome to take pictures, to stand on each of the tiles, and have fun with it and just enjoy the colors and the layout. So please do come on by. We're open Monday through Sunday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Wish we had this in New York.
Me too.
Maybe one day, right? All right. If no one has any other questions, we got, I know one, Wow Mom 1100.
That's my mother.
Oh, well, she is loving your exhibit. She's loving your installation. Very nice. All right. So if anyone has any questions in the future for Regina, you can definitely send her a message on Instagram, Regina Jestrow. You can find her there, or you could send us a message and we're happy to connect you. Okay, before we leave, what is the actual size of the entire area?
The height is just under 6 feet, but each side of the triangle is 60 feet.
Okay.
So then there's 55 pads. 60 feet. And heights, I think it's whatever the math is, 52 feet, I think.
Okay. All right. And someone asked, oh, love volunteering here. Well, we love having you here. And yes, we would, Emmy Tang, yes, we would love to see more of Regina's work at Deering. Hopefully we will get to see more in the future. So again, if anyone has any questions after this live session is over, please feel free to send us a message on Deering. And please, please, please come by and visit this installation and all the other spring contemporary projects that we have.
Up to July.
Yeah, this one's up to July. I don't know if you could see from here, but Richard Moreno's is right across the way. And then, of course, we have Natalia's exhibit inside the home, Natalia Garcia Lee. You can see during one of our guided access visits into the historic homes. So we hope to see everyone soon. And one final question, where can we buy prints? I'm not sure if we have prints.
Oh, I could totally make prints.
Oh, okay.
I was planning on making some fabric, actually, with photos.
Oh.
So once they get together, you could follow me on my Instagram at Regina Jestrow, and fabric will be coming soon. I took some really great photos. Last weekend we had a drone fly over, so we should have some really great aerial shots, but there are going to be at least fabric prints coming out. There might be other prints if people are interested, but they're going to be fabric.
Wonderful. Well, definitely let us know what your folks are interested in. We're happy to deliver. All right, everyone. Well, thank you again for tuning in, and until next time, we hope to see you all soon. Okay.
Awesome.
Oh, it got really hot at the end.